Welcome. Thank you for logging on to Nesbit's information regarding our 2022-2023 TK and kindergarten. We appreciate your support and being here. Please note that the slides for this presentation are already shared on the front page of our website, and this session is being recorded. And as soon as it's downloaded, we'll make sure to share it out so that families don't miss any important information. Before we start, I have an awesome panelist with me today, and I'll let her introduce herself. Nivedita.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nivedita Sahasrabudhe. I have a 5th grader at Nesbit, and I have an 8th grader at Ralston who was also a Nesbit Puma. And we've had just a wonderful, wonderful time at Nesbit all these 9 years. It seems ridiculous. But I'm here today as a school force representative for Nesbit, and I'll tell you in a little bit all about it. I look forward to doing that. Thanks.
Great. Thank you for being here. Okay, we're going to get started. One moment. I want to be able to see all of you, and Jerome just taught me a fancy little trick so that I can see everyone's face. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, so I am Ryan Hansen-Vera. I'm the proud principal of Nesbit School. I really welcome you to the 2022-2023 school year. Whether you are a brand new family to BRSSD or joining us after a sibling already being at our school, we welcome you, and we can't wait to start your child's journey off with us as a Nesbit Puma. So I really want to share with you the team that you will be working with. And these are the Nesbit rock stars, as I like to call them. We have a very spirited and vivacious staff. They work incredibly hard, and I can't wait for your children to meet them and for you to collaborate with them. Something important at Nesbit is that we like to build strong community. We are known for the relationships that we build. In our 2021 Youth Truth data, 90% of students at Nesbit School say that they know that their teachers at school care about them, which is very important. That means the student to teacher connection here is strong, and that starts in TK and kindergarten. And so we'd like to share with you a short video regarding one of our model practices that make our school special, and it is called Puma Family. So we're just going to take a moment to watch this video together. Okay, everybody, welcome to our Puma Families event. It's gonna feel a little crazy this first time we gather as Puma Families, but your Puma parents, we've transformed your teachers now into parents, have a really fun activity planned for you. And this is such a special thing that our school does, a way for every kid to get mixed up with a new group of kids so that we're making new friends, we're bonding as a school, and you get to know a new trusting adult on campus. Okay, so this is going to be awesome. It's going to feel a little crazy because you haven't been with your family yet. So our teachers, we're going to introduce them to you, and teachers are going to line up all across the grass, and then we're going to help you get into your Puma family. So kids are going to stay seated. Teachers, I need you with your signs, and we're going to call teachers up group by group so that kids can get a really good view on who their Puma parent is going to be, so everyone knows the right location. But before we get started, we have an awesome Puma parent, a real Puma parent, not a teacher we converted into a Puma parent, that is going to help us take pictures and document the fun that we're gonna have today. So I want everybody to give a go Pumas to the camera. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go Pumas! Everybody wave to the camera. Woohoo! Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. I need another drum roll, kids. I need Miss Kyla. Miss Joshi, Miss Russell, Miss Martinez, Mr. Fox, and Miss Torres.
Seventh grade teacher. And this will be our little magic talking point.
Yeah.
My name is and what grade?
Puma families are a special Nesbit tradition. In connection with our school's core values, in particular to be inclusive and safe, Puma families provide students an opportunity to connect with another trusted adult on campus. This adult becomes their Puma parent for the entire time they are with us at Nesbit. Puma families include children from all K-8 classrooms, giving students the opportunity to connect with peers of all different ages. It provides our older students opportunities to be role models to our younger students, and it helps our school community feel connected. Puma families will meet 4 times this school year. We'll gather outside for activities that will bring us close together. For September's Puma family event, Puma parents will read aloud a book, Eyes That Kiss in the Corners by Joanna Ho. And they'll engage students in conversations about our school's core values. Be respectful, responsible, safe, and inclusive. They'll also play getting to know you games and build their Puma family bond. Other meetings will include activities where Puma families get to contribute to the campus. They'll do a community art project, engage in collaborative activities, and build their unity as Pumas. Puma Families is the unique way our school strives to remain connected, build positive school-wide bonds, and ensure that everyone feels that they belong. In, let it out. Settle our bodies, please. Thank you. That was a lot, but I'm glad we get to end it together in this way. I am proud of our school. I am thankful that we have such a beautiful community that comes together this way, and I can't wait for the next Puma family event. On the count of 3, I want to hear a Go Pumas, and then I'm going to get you off to your classrooms. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's give a thank you to Mr. Sid, also our Puma parent video man, who's helping us create a video of this event. So a thank you on 3. 1, 2, 3. Middle schoolers, follow the directions of your teachers. Off you go. 1st through 5th grade. Every time I see that,
Hey everyone, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast.
the Dad Challenge podcast apparently comes on next. So I hope every time I see that video, I get goosebumps, because it's just special how our TK through 8th grade program does some creative things to make sure kids stay connected. So your new TK and kindergarten student is really going to feel part of a larger community, and it gets them excited to move on to the next grade and make connections with teachers. So that's the kind of environment we have and the school community that you are joining. There is a very important sign right outside Nesbit's front door, and that sign says, "Welcome all abilities, all religions, all orientations, all colors, love lives here." Our school is a special place. Diversity is valued, and collaboration is a very important part of what makes our school special. Your incoming student, whether they are coming from preschool with a lot of reading knowledge already, or they're just starting their journey, are going to get what they need at our school. Our teachers differentiate for all learners and go above and beyond to ensure that students get what they need. On a personal note, I'm not just your principal, I'm also a fellow Puma parent. My daughter Scarlett is currently in kindergarten and will be stepping up to 1st grade next year. So we're truly on this journey of taking care of this school community together. So there are some very important people that you'll need to meet as you get acquainted with Nesbit. So we have some pretty amazing people in the front office who will help you answer all questions. So Linda Fonseca is our administrative assistant. I kind of tease Linda. She's like our phone a friend. Anything you need about registration or any type of question regarding school business, please call Linda. Even regarding this process of enrollment and making sure that you're meeting all the deadlines for the paperwork that is required, you can always feel free to call Linda or email Linda in our front office. Susan Wilson is also another important member of our office staff. She will help with any like medical or immunization documentation, but really she can help with anything. You just call Susan too. And then we have a wonderful parent outreach liaison, Elena Barica. She is there to support all families. She is also the organizer for our universal lunch and what will be our universal breakfast program next year. So that means that lunch and breakfast are provided to every single student at Nesbit School. And Elena is a big part of making sure families are aware and know how to sign up. We also have an amazing and wonderful assistant principal, Miss Carter. Miss Carter shares her time currently between Nesbit and Sandpiper School. She's actually on campus today, but she's running a parent ELAC meeting. So I will just share a little bit about her on her behalf. So Miss Carter is new to us this year, but we are so fortunate to have her because her prior experience is as a staff developer at Columbia University's Teachers College, where she was implementing Readers and Writers Workshop, which is Nesbit's model practice. So we are really fortunate to have Miss Carter. She also is going to work with all students that have 504 plans. And so that's important to note. So Miss Carter is the person that would help you with that process. Okay, so we can't wait for you to meet her too. And before I move on to this next slide, I see that our PTA president, Jackie Bruno, has logged on. So I'll let Jackie say hi to you.
Hi. Is that it?
Sure.
Jackie, I am Jackie Bruno. I'm the PTA president. I'm also, my kids are the same age as yours. I have a daughter in kindergarten. So I came out swinging. I started at Nesbit, and before my daughter was on the campus, I was in meetings with Ryan and Nevada and assistant principals and yeah, making videos, volunteering, and you should all do the same. Specifically, if you want to be a treasurer, just looking for that. But yeah, we try our best to keep community engagement up and involvement despite any sort of attempted limits that the world applies. Right. But we've done a good job. It's been a really welcoming community. I've enjoyed it. My daughter's enjoying it, and I've got another daughter coming on the way. And yeah, even though you are maybe not part of the community yet, it is beyond welcoming. And you should join our crew. So yeah, you'll get emails and messages and opportunities, and you should just click on and grab all of them. I'm done.
Perfect. Thank you, Jackie. So again, just another resource that you'll be able to tap into. It's great that we have such a strong PTA. Many of our PTA have numerous children that attend Nesbit, so they can help you along each stage of your journey with us. So on this slide really gives a little bit of background information about what BRSSD stands for and our values and goals as a district. So just a little bit of background information about myself. I joined BRSSD in July of 2021. 2021. Wow, it's 2 years already. Prior to that, I was an administrator and a middle school principal in San Jose, and joining BRSSD was a very intentional decision. And I love what our district stands for. We prioritize academics, but also the social, emotional well-being of our students. And we do a wonderful job making sure that our community is supported and safe. And so you should feel fortunate to also be in a district that advocates so strongly for students. So a little bit about our TK through 8th grade program. So not only do we have the strongest teaching staff around, but we are also fortunate to have a really diverse team of resource specialists and reading coaches and EL support and all of those resources that really help make our program strong. So if your child is required to receive some extra services, like they're going to get what they need here at Nesbit School. We have some impressive accolades. We're a California Distinguished School, and I'm going to say this riddle, but I won't say it 3 times fast. We are a Columbia University Teachers College Reading and Writing Project affiliate school. And that means that we just have a really strong model practice in English language arts. We are partnered and established with Columbia University, and that means our school is afforded professional coaching, and that our teachers are truly trained in being exceptional instructors of reading and writing, which is wonderful for budding learners that are just starting their journey with us here at Nesbit. And so you can see in the picture there, our youngest readers all the way up to those are 8th graders are really taught from a really young age that reading is power. And it's something that we're really passionate about here at our school. Okay, so here are the people that you are eager to meet. This is our amazing TK and kindergarten team. So in the red sweater sitting in the front is Miss Bosky. She is our TK teacher. And then our kindergarten team sitting next to Miss Bosky with the lanyard is Miss Lou. Standing in the denim jacket on top is Mrs. Roth. And then next to her is Miss Brady. They are a wonderful team. They collaborate together. And one thing that they really set a strong example of is making sure they're connecting with families early on. It is because of our TK and kindergarten team that those relationships with families start and then continue as kids move throughout our grades. So we're really happy to have this team, and I can't wait for you to meet them. I'd like to give a little bit of a rundown as to what a typical day in TK looks like. Now, please note the times here are subject to change. We will be having some shifts to our bell schedule next school year because we'll be offering breakfast. But this is the gist of how a typical TK day looks. So we start as a school with morning gathering. TK through 8th grade, we meet out there on that blacktop and we have a morning welcoming message, and that's how all students start their day. Then in TK, they really have a strong opening routine where they're working on their morning work and their circle time, and they're settling in and getting ready for the day with a read aloud. Okay, and then they also move through reading and writing workshop, and Miss Bosky really works hard on those foundational skills that are appropriate for our youngest learners so that they're really excited to read and write. We'll provide them with a recess break. They go through some rotations of math, science, and social studies. There's free choice and art because we're really focused on building their social relationships with one another, their positive peer interactions. And then there's cleanup and dismissal, and TK students are dismissed at 12:20. There is PE offered to TK. We have one time a week, La Garza coaches come on out and give our TK kids PE practice, which is wonderful to see. And then the other days of the week, PE is supplemented by the classroom teacher. They have library time. They participate in LEAP art, which is because of parents and school force that we're able to support that, as well as music for minors, which is another opportunity through school force and our amazing PTA. So that is a day in the life of a TK kid. For kindergarten, we really build upon the foundation in TK, but we're also making sure that we're incorporating stronger social and emotional learning support. So we implement our second step curriculum. We also make sure that they are going through the units of study for reading and writing workshop. It starts in kindergarten. So they're really working hard in kindergarten and doing a lot of great work. So a typical day in kindergarten, again, we all start out there in the morning at morning gathering for a message. They have a very important opening routine where they're working on their calendar, their number chart, their poem of the day, a very important routine. So being on time is important because missing those morning routines is challenging. We need the children there on time. They go through readers and writers workshop. They also have a break, math, science, and social studies. And then again, there's activity time where children are provided with free choice, STEM activities, art activities, that help them build strong peer relationships. Relationships is something we're really focused on here at school. And again, they also receive library and PE and art and music. And again, these times here will be subject to change, but dismissal will remain at 1:30. So kindergarten kids get out at 1:30. There are many ways for parents to volunteer. I think that the younger grades is the best place for parents who are willing and able to donate their time. It's a great way to really learn about our school. We offer room parents, and our youngest grades love to have parents in the classroom supporting centers or sharing a special book or coming in and sharing about a special holiday. We really encourage that. We also need as many parent volunteers to help us with yard duty supervision. So you'll see in my newsletters at the beginning of the year in August that I'll be asking for parents who are willing and able to help with lunch service or yard duty. And then, of course, join our PTA. Learn more about School Force and help volunteer for their activities. And of course, we have a school site council and an ELAC committee that we would welcome parents to sit on and help support our school. Okay, so I would love to give Jackie and Navidita some time to share with you information about our PTA and School Force. Navidita has some important slides to review with you, but I also want to point your attention to the link down below. So it is Friday. I know I'm not showing my swag, but every Friday, students at school wear their Puma gear. And so there's a link there that's live to the Puma store where you can start pre-ordering your students, their sweatshirts and their hats and their fancy Puma masks, so that they can get excited about starting school at Nesbit. So I will give it away to Jackie and Navidita for any bits about PTA and School Force. And then Navidita, just let me know when you want me to start your slides.
I feel like I did my bit already.
Thank you.
I broke the started it.
That's okay.
No worries. I'm happy to dive in. Oopsies. Need to keep my pointer away from the mute button. Hi, everyone. For those of you who joined a little bit later, I'm Nivedita Sahasrabudhe, and I am your School Force rep, Nesbit School Force rep. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about what School Force is and how School Force and PTA work together to support your incoming students. So what is School Force? It's an ed foundation, a district-wide ed foundation that its mission is to raise funds to support the very basic education that is possible just from state funding, and where we want our education to be at in order to best serve our students. So School Force's mission is to bridge that gap between what the state can provide and what we want for our children. So School Force raises funds all through the year. You'll hear about various fundraisers, and I'll tell you a little bit about the first one. But more importantly, I want you to know that because it's a district-wide ed foundation, it impacts education for every student in every grade, at every school. And PTA is your school site specific organization. And as Jackie pointed out, volunteering is a big part of what makes PTA work. And together, School Force and PTA are able to bring a much richer educational experience for our students. The other slight difference is that School Force raises funds for the following school year, whereas PTA raises funds early in the school year and spends it in the current school year. So currently, School Force is raising funds for the school year 2022-23, which is when we expect to welcome your children to school. And some of the things that School Force funding can support is elementary science instruction, music, and art for elementary grade levels, libraries with librarians, and did I already mention art? I did. Technology. A lot of the technology that our students use, whether it's the computers or whether it's the software or programs that teachers use in the classroom. A lot of that is supported by School Force. PTA supports things like assemblies, field trips, and all the things that make our school community feel like a community. So PTA puts on all kinds of events throughout the year. Of course, COVID has made us have to reinvent some of those community events so that they're not, you know, they're a little bit different this year, but it definitely helps you appreciate what a diverse community, what a beautiful community we are. And all through my family's 9 years in at Nesbit, we've really enjoyed being a part of them. And so I invite you all to participate, whether with volunteering your time and donating to School Force and PTA, and be a part of our community. And I'll just briefly mention, I won't mention all the fundraising, all the fundraisers that School Force puts on through the year. I'll just mention the first one, and that is actually a great one because it's a joint campaign between PTA and School Force. And it's called the Education Commitment Campaign. And you'll start hearing a lot more about it just before the school year starts. But basically it combines the PTA ask and the School Force ask so that you can make one donation and cover both your commitments. And we look forward to welcoming you to Nesbit in the fall. Thank you all.
Awesome, thank you. And that is right. You will hear a lot about the Education Commitment Campaign, or the ECC. And it is, and I've learned about this too as a new parent in this community, but it is the way to directly make the biggest impact at your child's school. And so you'll hear about that right away once school starts. It'll last through October. Okay, so communication. There are two main ways that you will receive information about Nesbit. First, PTA has a wonderful Paw Prints weekly newsletter. So you will be set up with that, and you'll receive information from PTA to keep you in the loop about all school happenings. But we also use, as a district, a new platform called Parent Square. And upon your enrollment, you will be linked with Parent Square, and that is how you'll receive all district communication, but all communication from me directly at Nesbit. And many of our teachers are also transitioning to the Parent Square platform. It is one quick place where all school communication is filtered to you. It also has a wonderful app. The Parent Square app is very user-friendly. It's a lot like Facebook, except without all the commenting. But again, we make sure we're pumping out messages to you weekly to keep you up to date. Our Nesbit website, the front page, is probably the most useful. That has the calendar. Whenever there's events with links and you're not quite sure which Zoom you're supposed to join, that's the place where you can look. But it's really important that we all stay connected. We're also across all socials. So we have a Nesbit Facebook group that is just for parents. That information's on our website. We have our Puma YouTube channel, which I highly recommend you look through with your child, because you get to watch videos of our Halloween parade this year and our winter sing and other school-wide events that they can get excited about to join school. And we are also on Instagram and Twitter at Nesbit Pumas. I love to share bits and pieces about school happenings throughout the week, and so you can always catch some interesting information there. And then here is the nuts and bolts of registration information. And this will be important because there are some changes from last year. So first enrollment period has already started and will last through February 18th. And that is for siblings of current students in grades K through 5 that want to enroll. There are required documents that need to be completed and dropped off in person to the Nesbit front office, and your phone a friend is Linda Fonseca in the front office. So if you have any questions about that, just call us here. We've already seen some parents come in with siblings that have gone through this process already. So just call us in the office if you need help. new students in grades TK through 8 are going to be enrolling January 26th through March 18th. And this is an in-person enrollment, and it's going to be at Ralston Middle School from 1:30 to 7 p.m. Okay, so that's your ability to register your new kiddo. Second enrollment period is going to be from March 21st to June 30th. And again, that's all new students that need to enroll. It is in person at BRSSD's district office, and you'll need to make an appointment. All information outlining this, there's a big template that you can print out for yourself, is on the online enrollment link right here at brssd.org. All that information is there. But again, if you're lost and you need help, just call us in the office. Something that you need to remember is you're going to complete an online enrollment form. I have that linked here. And again, these slides are on the front page of our website. You need to fill that out virtually, but you also need to print it. And then all of your other required supplemental documents you need to have with you when you come for your in-person enrollment appointment, okay? Another thing to note is that Nesbit is so fortunate to partner with Footsteps, and we have childcare via Footsteps available for Nesbit parents. Applications for Footsteps will be accepted upon completing your school registration and that you've received notice that you are definitely assigned Nesbit School for the 22-23 school year. Once you do all of that, you can go ahead and you can click on the Footsteps/Nesbit website to learn more information about the types of programs that they offer. They offer part-time care, full-time care, camp. They're amazing. My daughter participates in Footsteps. Jackie's kindergartner participates in Footsteps. It's a wonderful place. They also, the site director, Sonotra, I see her in the audience, she's here. Is just a wonderful person who truly cares about our kids. And the Footsteps community also then volunteers at Nesbit. So they do yard duty for us and they work with us. So they truly know the kids. So it's a wonderful option for working parents that are looking for childcare. So I highly recommend Footsteps. And then this would be the time, if we were in person, where I would get to take you through our TK and kindergarten classrooms to give you a sneak peek of what activities look like in the classroom. In lieu of that, the teachers have prepared something pretty awesome. They each have recorded a lesson. And though this may seem like a distance learning type lesson, it is also pretty typical practice. Miss Lou has a superhero reading lesson. She's actually dressed up like a superhero, and I can attest she does this in her classroom. Miss Roth shares an art lesson. Miss Brady really demonstrates the opening routine and what that will look like. And Miss Bosky does a writing lesson. And it's just wonderful to watch and get a glimpse about the style of each teacher, and then also to see the consistency from class to class so that you can really see that they're working together. And again, all these links, there are links there for YouTube videos for you to be able to watch. And again, this presentation is already on the front page of our website for you to be able to watch. So we hope that helps give you a glimpse before you are able to join our school. And then you will hear from me in August. We always set up play dates. PTA runs a play date, as well as Nesbit, where you'll get to kind of have a tour of the school and have your children practice on the playground and making friends with one another. So we make sure to offer that. And we're really excited to have you. And that's our presentation for today. Again, if there are any questions, throw them in the Q&A. Or if you need to reach out to us, please do so. And Navidita and Jackie can also help answer any questions about Nesbit. But again, thank you so much for being here. We can't wait to see you and start next school year with you. Okay, take care, everybody.